All right. Welcome to the DaTreeHouse Podcast. I'm your host, Smokey, and he is...
Rubber Ducky.
We're down a man for the second week in a row because Dojiro's being the good student, preparing for his future. We don't count, apparently.
We clearly don't count. But you know what he's missing out on? Fucking pizza. Fucking Heroes of the Storm. Rewards.
That's
loot
right.
boxes. And fun times with our good friend Turo.
Yeah. I feel kind of weird that the Overwatch Anniversary Edition is coming out. Like, they didn't really release any info as of currently.
Yeah, that's
as currently as the making of this podcast.
Which would be the Saturday before the Tuesday when it's released.
The 5th of the 21st is the date we made this thing.
The 21st.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I'm legitimately surprised that no leaks have happened, because in every other event, it's like, oh, hey, we've found this leaked like German version of this comic for Junkenstein's Revenge, and we've translated it over, and that's like that comes out a week or like a couple days before their Bungie's, or I keep mixing them up. Blizzard's official.
You can technically say Bungie because of Destiny 2 borrowing stuff from the Blizzard company.
Well, yeah, Blizzard's going to work on the PC version of Destiny, which we'll get to, because you and I are big into Destiny. Luckily, Dojiro's not here to hold us back in terms of like Destiny and shit. But it is legitimately surprising, and it builds that anticipation that so far there have been no leaks in regards to what is going to happen. We know what's going to happen because of what they've told us. Mm-hmm. Not because of leaks that have happened unintentionally, and that helped build the anticipation.
Personally, I as the previous one, the previous podcast stated, I kind of want them to come out and say, you know what, for the anniversary, for the entire month, all the events you may or may not have missed out on, we're gonna let you play for the week. The achievements will be available for this time, this and that, blah blah blah. But I really, really want certain achievements, like Junkenstein. That was fun for me.
Yeah, that was fun. But even Jeff Kaplan kind of, he said, I forget if it was in a Reddit interview, like a Q&A, or if it was in some other thing in New York. I don't exactly remember what the interview parameters were.
Some video.
Some interview where somebody asked him about like a question about these holiday events, and he said, we want to bring them back, but we want to bring them better. So he used the example like of Junkenstein's Revenge, where the door breaks open and you have another section after that. It's not just protect the door and then if the door goes down, game over. Or once you, I don't know what that is, but once you obviously kill all the characters, like in the time limit, you survive the 7 minutes, then you win. But what if it's like survive for 7 minutes and then the door automatically breaks down, and then you have to defend the inner part of the castle?
It'd be awesome if like the door doesn't actually break. Reinhardt's former master comes out. It's like, I hear you need help, and you have to keep him alive while he's in there just smashing the heck out of robots or something. I don't know. Personally, that as a person who's just speculating for what he wants, that seems kind of awesome to me.
A lot of the speculation that I hear, it's not really speculation, it's more like wishful thinking of the community.
Yeah.
Is that they want the next event to be more so like a boss fight. Like they want to introduce, like, say for example, Doomfist. He's the next hero introduced. I believe he's going to be a villain if the rumors are true. He's going to be working for Talon. But people are hoping that they turn the next event into like not a boss rush thing where it's like, think of it like Junkenstein's Revenge, where you have to defend an area and then you make your way up. But then the final encounter is with this one singular person, this one singular character, Doomfist, who has, say, 3,000 health and he does a fuck ton of damage, and you have to work with your team in order to actually take him down. Because when they introduced the custom games that you could just like mess with the rules and do whatever, immediately everyone was like, all right, let's have Reinhardt, let's give him like 4,000 health, and let's make him like super slow, but he can like one hit kill everything. So they did all these things where it's like boss fight this, boss fight that, boss fight this. So everybody's hoping for boss fight stuff.
Boss fight Reinhardt sounds amazing. Just like he's slow. Can he charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
He can charge at normal speed.
But like you have to hit him from a distance, and how does he close the gap? He just charges at you. Like that's amazing. Sounds awesome.
I've also seen one where it's like just weird fucking shit where it's like Annas are the zookeeper, and then you have Winston as like the escaped monkeys, and you have to sleep dart them because sleep dart like they only have like the Winstons only have like 150 health, and sleep dart does like 50 damage, so you need to sleep them 3 times in order to kill them. But like the Winstons can like jump around pretty much as they want across all the fucking map.
This seems like a fun game type, but Zookeeper Anna, are they gonna make an official skin? Because the current skins for Winston can be like, oh, we're trying to camouflage in the museum. Run, my brothers, run.
Speaking of camouflage, though, I have read that somebody was testing out the skin specifically to see how well they do in competitive with different skins. Like, this is my favorite skin. Like, I think it was like Reinhardt. It's like, I love the cold hard skin. I'm gonna use it. And there's like this was my KD. These were my skills and everything when I was using that skin. And then he used a different skin. And it's like, I mean, I'm the same person, but I'm surviving more. I'm doing better. And like, he tested it out with a lot of other stuff, and he came to the realization that specifically with Cold Heart, Reinhardt, you have a big glowing icon of where the head is. So it's like, oh, I should aim at that. Whereas like some of the other skins, all like the head,
like plain Reinhardt.
Yeah, like plain Reinhardt, the head and like the body, they kind of blend together, or they blend in with the map. Where it's like, if it's like a dark map, you want to have like a darker skin because you're going to blend in easier with the map. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you can still be seen, but it's going to give somebody that split second of, is that the head or is it? And in that split second, you might survive. Whereas if like, say you're playing Dorado, which is at night, and you're wearing Reinhardt's like Cold Heart, it's like, here's this big glowing white head. Aim for my head.
That's a very strange statistic. I can't believe even cosmetic effects, it will affect how you play. That's kind of weird.
Well, it's not necessarily how you play, it's how other people play against
react to you.
Yeah. Like, people also mention the Pumpkinhead Reaper, because like, I love the Pumpkinhead Reaper, but I never use it because when I'm playing against Pumpkinhead Reaper, it's like, there's the pumpkin. I'm going to shoot at that. Whereas the other skins, it's it's a little...
The hitbox is the same, but it's just more noticeable, like a giant Cheshire Cat smile right before it's like,
here's this dark room with gloomy colors, and here's this character with a dark cloak and everything, and a bright orange head. That's going to stand out. But...
How are you doing in competitive anyways? Because I'm having a horrible time after a certain amount of hours.
So I will say, Season 4 started a while ago. I've maybe played 20-ish games or less. Because at the start of it, or like near the tail end of the last season, I started boosting Gears 3, seriously 3.0. And
did you finish?
I fucking finished it. Finished it this past Tuesday, as a matter of fact. I'm fucking happy. And then immediately started working on seriously for Gears of War Ultimate, and finished that earlier today, just in time because I have multiple Xboxes, obviously, otherwise it'd be harder to boost.
Rich guy over here.
I mean, come on. I didn't buy that Xbox. My dad bought that. He came home one day and was like, hey, can you connect this? Because I want to play FIFA. And he bought FIFA along with it. Hasn't even touched it. I connected the whole thing. I told him, here's a controller, here's your FIFA, here's a just random account with like no gold whatsoever because he's not going to play online. And he never touched it. I was like, all right, well, fuck it then. But
if you guys visit our previous podcast, we have mentioned he's a hoarder. He doesn't future-proof pretty well.
My dad, yes. I mean, that ended up working out for me. Sure. But I would like to like get him onto so that he can like sit down and just play a game of soccer if he wants to. That would help him understand why I play so many games. Like, oh, this is fun. This is legitimately fun. And I can see why, like, from his perspective, he can see why I play so many games because it's fun. And then if he really wants to, I can get him gold. Like, I can get him the newest version of FIFA on the Xbox One because of the whole family share system. Mm-hmm. That's my home Xbox. He can play gold even though he's a silver account. He can just play whatever fucking FIFA game that he wants. But, I don't know what that was. But, I haven't really played too much Overwatch competitive because I've been boosting Gears. And because only today have I finally finished it. I'm gonna go back to Overwatch competitive because I want to beat you to 25. Although I think you already got to 25, haven't you?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, okay, sure. But my goal is to get to 25 because I'm barely at like 24.
Dude, I passed my season high. My season high right now is like 27.
Yeah, but you're struggling. I probably could have gotten back to my 20 because last season I ended up at 25 something.
You were short.
I passed 25.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of a different number.
I got to 25 before you.
Yeah.
And then
but I got the golden gun before you.
I mean, yeah, but I haven't. I could get it. I could have gotten it this season had I played more games. Except I've been busy boosting gears. But the benefit is that I've joined the whole club system on the Xbox One. I've joined like some clubs and whatnot. So I have a regular team that I play Overwatch with that are all around my skill level or better. And pretty much whenever you jump online, it's like, oh, hey, do you want to play a competitive Overwatch? It's like, hey, you already have a fucking team, so I can't join you. So, dude, sucks for you because you get the shit end of the stick with all your squeakers and your toxic players.
Oh, dude,
meanwhile,
I get
my squad.
Like, I play like the quote unquote the lesser liked characters of the support or healer.
There is no lesser liked support hero.
No.
Aside from Symmetra, because she shouldn't be a support hero.
No. Everybody usually has goes like, oh, I want the fame and glory. They go for DPS or Reaper or Soldier or something. Or I was like, okay, I need to play with a team. We need a tank to soak up damage, to cause a distraction, this and that. The least role, most probably for Overwatch, is like the support class, which I love. I love playing the support class.
I do as well.
But
I main Zenyatta.
But almost every game I've run into is I play Mercy. I'm there to reset my team's fuck ups. That's the best way I can describe what I'm dealing with right now. And I struggle all the way up to plat.
Yeah. Meanwhile, because I've only played a few games here and there with my squad, and a few people drop in and out here and there, but shit happens. I have a general like group of like 4 or so, and then we get like other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the fact that we are all in a party chat, we all know what to do. Like, we're not gonna be like noobs where it's like, hey, we're gonna defend the choke point in front of the enemy spawn where they can attack us from their own spawn and we can't do anything. We're gonna back up. We're gonna let them take the payload a couple feet, because if we fight them at the beginning of the payload, that just gives them an advantage because we have to walk like 100 feet. They walk 5 feet. And they're back at the fight. So we would lose that fight. So we back up like on El Dorado. We let them take the cart through the first little bit, through that first corner. And then we're up high and we're like kicking ass. And then the fact that my team actually knows the mechanics of the game. Like, hey, we need more support. Or, hey, the enemy team has this type of composition. Let's go for this composition because it'll counter them. Like, if somebody says, let's go for a dive comp, everybody knows, all right, this is the dive character that I'm gonna play this dive support hero. I'm gonna play this dive tank hero and everything. So we go in there and we fucking wreck shop. We went on like such a winning streak because when we got our placement matches, I lost pretty much all of them.
Yeah, same here.
So I placed somewhere in like the 2200s, and again, I barely played at all, if at all. It took me, I think, almost 2.5 months to go from 2 placement matches to my final placement match, just because I didn't play. But in that, just playing with my crew, I managed to get just below 2500, and then I went back to gears because people started falling off, but that was fine. Meanwhile, you can't play with other people because you can't find a group.
I can find a group, but it's very hard for them to keep playing after one loss.
Yeah, a lot of times when we make a group, it's like we can put in the description like hashtag this, hashtag that. We put like hashtag no leaving after one loss, because like we've had games where it's like, oh, we were utterly decimated. That's fine. It happens. We'll rally back. We also had one game where it was 2-2. It was, I think, in Lijiang Tower. I go in there. There's only one person, one of my teammates on the fucking point. One person that just died. I go in there. I'm about to fucking die. I res those 2, and we all 3 last long enough for the other 3 members of our team to come in, and we fucking ended up winning. But that shit is fun. The fact that Mercy is invincible when she reses
It changed the game. I love it. I fucking love that.
You saw that fucking game where it's I got pinned, or not? I didn't get pinned by Reinhardt. There's
You're about
Reinhardt.
to die.
I'm about to get pinned by a Reinhardt. I have like 20 health. I see that. Oh, there's 3 people dead on my team. Fucking res. No, I think it was only like 2 people.
2.
I res them. It's like, oh, Reinhardt just charged right through me, and I was perfectly fine. And then we turned that team fight around, and then they turned that team fight around, and then we turned the team fight. That team fight, it was overtime. That team fight. Maybe walking the last little bit of Numbani.
I think it was, I think it was Numbani.
That lasted a solid like 3.5 minutes because we just couldn't. Well, we did end up pushing it.
No, you couldn't. It's like you guys refused to give up the point.
I never died, and I was able to get my I rezzed people on just a regular basis because I was just like, everybody's taking so much damage. I'm getting my res up so quickly. It's like, oh, 2 people down, fucking res them up.
Yeah.
But then the enemy Mercy was also on top of her fucking game. So it's like, I res people. It's like, all right, we're winning. Shit. And then the other Mercy's team, like, reses. Like, shit, now we're losing. Then I have my res. Fucking res up. You saw that?
Yeah.
That lasted quite a really fucking while.
Speaking of resing, I had this one really bad game. Actually, I was doing pretty fucking well with Mercy. I had my res up. I was keeping it for a long time. I was playing against, a Diamond Tracer who knew to go for Mercy. No matter what, kill the Mercy. You don't have to deal with the team res. There was this dude who just wouldn't let up with the toxicity. And he was just like, dude, Mercy, all we need for you to do is just get 1 res. Dude, come on, res. At some point, like, I think...
the enemy Tracer was like, she knew, go for the Mercy.
Yeah, that's me. The enemy Mercy, the enemy Tracer knew to go for me, which is playing Mercy. Like, I had my res up most of the game because I always get targeted. Like,
that's a good enemy team.
Like, nobody protects. Like, all right, whatever. I'll just stay back and wait for you guys to die. I'll be far away from you guys. I can fly in, whatever. But this dude just wouldn't let up. He was the DPS character. He was like the legit, I need to be the play of the game, a fucking Reaper. He was just like, oh man, Mercy, you can't do shit. You can't do that. I never get heals. This and that. It's like, you just suck dick. Like, you can't res. At some point in Numbani, and like, we're just stuck in that fucking room, and Reinhardt ulties, and it's like, okay, well, I can't, like, my teammates started to die. I'm spamming the shit out of my res, come on, res. I have the animation to get up, and I just get nuked. And this dude just was wasting onto me. He's like, just throwing all his toxicity on him. I get up on the mic. I'm so ready to just yell into him. I was like, he's probably 13 years old. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He doesn't have a life. This is all he has. It's just a game, whatever. Somebody else jumps on the mic. Like, legitimately, he's like, dude, you have yet to kill anybody. I have gold eliminations at 2. Fuck off. I'm like, dude, you shitting me? Like, this dude came to my defense. Is like, as your DPS player, you can't do anything. I only have 2 eliminations.
Yeah. It's very easy to call out, like, someone, because, like, especially because I play Zenyatta, who's very good at getting eliminations and very good at getting damage.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't be able to do that on the regular basis. So if ever I'm getting, like, yelled at because of, like, oh, I'm a shit support because of this and that. First of all, Zenyatta's healing is piss poor. It's not meant to go on you, fucking Reinhardt. I mean, I could. It'll help you out a little bit. It's meant to go on fucking Genji, who's going to get behind enemy lines, who's going to be, like, way the fuck back there, where Mercy's not going to go.
I think, obviously. What was it? You have to make eye contact with them for 5 seconds?
I believe it's 3 seconds. Otherwise, it'll disappear.
Yeah, but yeah, for like Genjis who are out there, who's scouting.
Or like the Tracer, like the dive characters that are going to be like, I'll just toss my orb at them. But if I'm, as a Zenyatta, if I have like gold eliminations and gold fucking damage, and the damage is piss poor, it's like, you're shit DPS. I mean, I know as a Zenyatta, I should be able to get very high DPS and very high elims throughout a game. But if the eliminations are at 2 and I have the gold, you're a shit player.
The best thing was, his defense was like, oh no, I'm just calling out the problem with this Mercy. He's like, he points out, dude, I played with this Mercy before. You're not defending her. Alright? As a DPS, you should probably take out the Tracer. If you actually paid attention, or you know what, grow a pair. This is quote unquote the other dude. I'm like on the mic, just like, my mic's muted, I was about to say shit. He goes in and hard on this kid who's just being toxic as hell. It's like, the kid immediately plays victim. Oh man, what a toxic player. I can't believe you're doing this to everybody. I chime in, it's like, dude, it wouldn't have started if you shut the hell up. And he immediately said, oh man, we got 2 toxic players on our team. Immediately the team started picking up mics. It's like, dude, you did nothing but bitch at the fucking Mercy since the beginning of the game. Dude, fuck this. I'm just gonna mute your ass. and he's like, oh, why is everybody going on me now? I'm just playing the game. It's just like, dude, this is exactly why people should not be on the internet. This is exactly why there should be certain witch hunts for people like this, where they are the aggressor, and then when stuff turns against them, they play the victims. Like, you should probably be revoked of everything you ever have. Yeah, but as a right, you do have your right for that. But I don't think everybody should have that right.
I actually played with someone, because I don't really run into too many toxic players, if any, even when I'm playing alone.
It's at a certain time at night for me, for my ranking. I got really high up there now.
You got like 26. That's not really high up there.
For me, it is. Because like I got the new season high. Like, I've never been in this ELO. It's probably going to be the same. But I'm dealing with way more toxic people than I usually have.
Maybe you just have bad luck.
Or maybe maybe it's because like the season's about to end. People are really just trying to get their rewards.
I mean, I guess I haven't really played too much, obviously, but I will get back to it.
It was mostly under 2,500. I'm gonna tell you that now.
But see, here's the thing. I mean, I'm referring more so to season 3 a lot, and the few games that I played by myself in season 4, and then with half of my team. I've only run into like one really toxic player, and that was in season 4. Because like my squad of 6, half of them had to go, so half of us stayed. And then we're playing a game and we're defending a payload, and it's like we immediately lose the payload, which is fine. It's like whatever. But the important thing that I forgot to say was like at the very beginning of the game, it's like me and the 2 other people in our party, we're in our own party chat, obviously, but we join the team chat. And there's another person who's like by himself. He's in the game chat, like he's in a team chat. And the 4 of us are all talking to each other. And then here's these 2 motherfuckers in their own like group together, in their own party. And instead of joining the team chat, they send us a party invite. So for the first round, when we attack, obviously I told them like, I'm not going to fucking join because I don't know who this person is. I don't know what the fuck they want. Obviously they're on our team. But if they want to communicate, they should join the fucking team chat because there's 4 of us here and 2 of them are by themselves. But then when it's our turn to defend, that's when I finally join the fucking party chat because he sends me another one. He sends another one to everyone. First thing he says right out of the mouth, what made you think Symmetra was working past the first point? It's
teleporters.
Like the fact that I teleported you guys on multiple occasions. It's like, we couldn't really do anything because you teleported us in the middle of World War II. I was like, that is not at all the case, because where I put it, yes, it was close to the fucking thing, but whenever I put it there was never anybody at the fucking teleporter. You were in perfectly fine cover to just turn around the corner and you're right at the payload.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing, because we're about to lose that fucking payload. And it's like, I got my teleporter probably 4 or 5 times. So I teleported at least
20.
No, 5 times 6. 30?
30.
30?
You said at least. I was like, 20. 20 seems fair.
They may have destroyed the teleporter when I had like 2 charges left or so. Here and there.
25, 20, whatever.
Let's just say at least 20.
Yeah.
I teleported players at least 20 to 22 times.
Your team of 6
my team of 6 over there on a regular basis. And I'm over here defending the teleporter. I have my turrets up and I have everything. And this motherfucker just won't shut the fuck up about that. I'm like, you couldn't hold the fucking point. I brought you into the middle of the fucking fight. He's like, you should have placed it over here where it's like...
Where it's desolate.
Where it's like, it will take me like 20 seconds to walk from spawn to the car, or it'll take me 19 seconds from where I'm telling you to place the teleporter to the car.
So basically you're at spawn to run to the payload.
Yeah, it's like, that. What's the fucking point? They're pretty much gonna cap the point right now.
Yeah.
I'm putting it here because we need to fucking stop them.
Yeah.
And stop them we did a few times, but they couldn't fucking hold it. Because I got plenty of kills. I had gold damage and I had gold eliminations. And I got a fuck ton of teleports.
As a Symmetra, that's kind of normal now with their new stuff.
Yeah, and this motherfucker just wouldn't shut the fuck up throughout the whole fucking thing. Obviously, we lost because there was no team coordination. And at the end of it, I just lost. I just left. But my other 2 squad members that were in there, they stayed in the party chat. And they told me that after the game was over, they just stayed in there and they started berating that motherfucker. And then in that person's next game, they invited their next team members, like their other team members for that next game that they loaded in. And they joined in. And the first thing that they said was, why the fuck are you inviting us into your own personal party chat instead of joining the fucking team chat? That doesn't bode well for your level of teamwork. And that's like my teammates are telling me this because they were staying in the party chat and they were telling like his current, I guess, squad next game teammates that this is a toxic motherfucker and he's gonna be toxic as fuck and blah 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 and this and that. And then halfway, like when the next round is over, then they finally join back into our actual game that we're in the middle of. But granted, we were winning that game and then we lost. Somehow we were able to. This happened in a trend with our team of 3. We did phenomenal up until the final push of the enemy team. We're getting team kills. We're getting like kills. We got our ultimates left and right. We're doing this and that. And then it's like, 10 seconds left. The enemy just hard pushes us. We lost the fucking payload. It's like, how do we defended it for 3 minutes? No problem. We had hardly any deaths. We have all our ults. How the fuck did we lose the payload in that last push? And then we just never recovered, and they pushed it all the fucking way.
Dude, I had the same problem. I was also playing at Symmetra, and this dude just wouldn't let up. It's just like, he was going in, and he's like, oh, man, with Symmetra, can't do this, can't do that. It's like, I'm looking at my stuff, like, it's like, it's another toxic player. I was like, I was not in the mood to deal with this. It's like, I have gold eliminations, gold damage, teleporters up. Nobody's using the teleporter. They'd rather run to the payload or capture the point for some odd reason.
Some players, it's worth it to not take it. Some players it's worth it. Soldier probably shouldn't take it because he can run his happy ass faster than any other character. Zenyatta absolutely needs to take that fucking teleporter because he's slow as shit.
Reinhardt didn't want to take it. Reaper didn't want to take it. That's, for some reason, Winston. But it's like, okay, you guys aren't using the teleporter. I can't put up a shield matrix because I need this thing gone. But it was like I don't know. Some players just like I don't think you should ever own this game. You should probably put it in your own queue of toxic assholes.
Yeah, it reminds me of, I think it's Street Fighter 4 Super Ultra Tournament Combo Edition. Or it's definitely...
I don't know where you're going with this.
It's a fighting game. Where toxic players and people that get banned or like quit a lot, they get put into their own separate queue.
Yep. Where
they can only queue up against each other.
Street Fighter 4, if you left a game X amount of times, you will be put in your own special queue with players who will also pull the plug and disconnect your Xbox, PlayStation, just so they don't ever get the loss. At the same time, it did the same thing for GTA. If you're found a hacker, you're put in your own special game with other hackers and cheaters.
I vaguely remember that. That was on the PC though, right?
It was on the PC, and I don't think that can do it for the Xbox yet. But yeah, on the PC, it was just straight up, if you're found a hacker, eventually you're going to be put in this thing full of hackers. It's like, I don't know. I mean, you gave them a world where they can literally just screw around with other people. You can't kill them.
Yeah, it's like you've enjoyed this game because you've modded the fuck out of your account so that you're unkillable. You have unlimited ammo. Guess what? You can only spawn into worlds where other people have unlimited ammo and are also invincible, and you can't destroy their car. Have fun, asshole.
The best thing is, when I used to play GTA like on a regular basis, I had a squad. We basically, I was like, okay, let's go get ready for the heist. We're gonna do this. We're just gonna screw around over here. I was like, every freaking time, like, all right, I'm gonna go run to my friend parks down the street. I'm gonna go run to the ammunition real quick. I'm gonna go get some ammo. He's like, all right, because like he didn't want to turn for some odd reason. Like whatever. A dude would always every fucking time would shoot me or shoot the driver, and everybody knew on cue. It was like, we found our bitch for the game. I was like, all right, we found our bitch. I'm gonna go get some ammo. We're gonna kill this guy over and over again until he quits.
Yeah, but then you're just gonna like I don't like the way the multiplayer works in that fucking game.
No, everybody would fight us, but then we're like, we have over 20 kills versus like our 8 deaths. We own the server.
I mean, sure, but that doesn't... It's still kind of fucked up in a sense that, like, say you want to join a multiplayer server. Like, you can't necessarily join a public or, like, an open game and have genuine fun just, like, fucking around with people most of the time. Because there's always going to be those assholes that are just going to go and destroy your car, kill you. If you're going to do a mission...
The punishment for that is like, oh, this dude killed me and I destroyed his car. You have to pay him money. Like, that's not fair. He killed me in this car. No, that's just how the game works. It's like...
And then isn't there certain missions that you can only do in public sessions?
Yes.
But then people in those public sessions pretty much make it their mission to stop you from doing said missions.
I'm one of those people.
So you're the asshole.
Sometimes. If it's a high paying car, yes. If it's a low paying car, like I'll just go for bounties.
It's somehow becoming more clear how you run into more toxic players in Overwatch. But granted, it's two separate games, two separate, I guess, not really
platforms.
Consoles. Yeah, platforms. Two entirely different platforms. But if that carries over into how you play Xbox games, I can see why you get paired up with assholes.
The sad part is nobody plays the GTA anymore. Like even
GTA 5?
Yeah,
I find that hard to believe.
Not as much. I don't run into many problems anymore. I can just spawn into a public world where there's nobody and just do my missions. Get paid a lot.
I still find that hard to believe because apparently GTA is still one of the best selling games. It
is, but I can like legitimately. Oh no, I've been kicked from the server. Nobody's joining my game. Like, all right, I guess I am in a public server. I can go do my missions without people screwing me over. If I join a whole new session, I'll find people. But I don't want to do that.
That seems more like a quirk of being kicked out of the first server.
Yep.
Not necessarily
it's
because...
It's a perk.
It's more like a quirk, not a perk.
I don't know. I benefit from it.
But it's definitely more of a quirk because there's no way that I believe you that Grand Theft Auto, there's not a ton of people still playing it. Because in the list, I
that's
forget.
Only if you find certain lobbies where there's like 4 or 5 people. You can find more people. I don't want to do that. I've just like, I'll just stick with these 5. They're not screwing with anybody. Like, whatever.
Doesn't it automatically try to fill up every server to 16 before it starts another server?
I don't know how that works because I've literally spawned into games where I'm just alone. Other games, like I started the same thing. I spawn with like an entire roster full of people.
I mean, obviously, because you're the first person in that server. Somebody has to be first to start a new server, and then people can start joining.
But then if you hit find new session, you find a bunch of people with full roster.
I mean, sure.
I don't know how the connection works or how they choose the games, but like I've run into games where like, oh, I'm alone. All right, that happens more often than not now.
Man. Speaking of games, though, have you seen the leaked photo and the information for Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed?
No.
Dude, use a Buddah.
I quit Ubisoft as soon as Black Flag came out. It was like Uni, yeah.
It's not Ubi, it's Ubi.
Yeah, whatever. As soon as it came out with Black Flag, I quit. I'm out. I can't play anymore. Desmond is gone. There's no point anymore. I liked him.
I mean, Syndicate was legitimately fun. The main timeline story, fucking pointless. I can't tell you a single fucking thing that happened.
I don't know.
The London Assassin's Creed with Jacob and Evie Fry, that was fun. Granted, I can't tell you what this fucking story was either.
I don't know what the story is anymore. 1 was amazing, except for those boxers.
Like 1 through 3 had a legitimate like story arc that you could follow.
Yep.
But then the other ones just kind of like, even the in Assassin, like the flashback to like whatever time when you play as said assassin, the story of that isn't really all that interesting. It always revolves around this one fucking piece of Eden.
You find it.
And then you find it at the end of the game. And then something happens. And then like, oh, the Templars found it in the current timeline. It's like, all right, next game. It's all about this next piece of Eden. And oh, lo and behold, you find it as the assassin. And you hide it. But the Templars find it in the real time. It's like, it's the same fucking story all the time. Granted, it's a fun story.
Yeah.
But it's the same fucking story. It's like, oh, in Syndicate, you're going to find the Shroud of Eden. And then in Unity, you're going to find fucking Book of Eden. No, the Sword of Eden, I think.
Sword, yep.
Sword of Eden.
The electrical.
And then in Black Flag, it's like the Temple of Eden. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. I would like a story that's not necessarily centered on a fucking artifact every time.
I'm hoping this is the last Assassin's Creed. No offense to them. It's just like, all right, we've built this up. We're gonna take you to the city of Eden, and you get it. And the special cutscene where those naked people are running.
That's Adam and Eve.
Yeah, and they see like some futuristic world. Like I'm hoping this is just Egypt. That's it. That's the end. Like oh, you've successfully explored the city of Eden.
I mean, I certainly don't hope that they stop it with this one.
I don't know where else they're gonna go.
I mean, they still have the regular story.
I don't think they can live in Canada.
I mean, what's stopping them? But they still have unless this like somehow ends the story with fucking. What's
Assassin's Creed Canada, the beginning of the universal healthcare.
Unless they wrap up the whole story with I can't even remember her fucking name because it's fucking pointless. But the past chick that you released in 3 that somehow is like taking over a lot of the technology. That storyline's still kind of happening, and Black Flag and then Rogue kind of dealt with that more so. Unity and Syndicate, I don't think had fuck all to do with her though.
If Assassin's Creed would combine with Watch Dogs, I think it might be survivable, but I don't think they can do that anymore.
If they were to do like, here's Assassin's Creed, but like now it's in modern times, like there's still
that's Watch Dogs kind of.
Essentially, but there's no like leaping off tall buildings and shit. It's like, here's Assassin's Creed in the current day, current year, whatever. But obviously your current year, you're gonna have technology, you're gonna have all this and that. So it's gonna play a lot more like Watch Dogs with like the parkour and shit and assassinations of Assassin's Creed. That would be a good way to take it.
I think that's the only way they can do it now. I mean, according to most people who played Watch Dogs, ones like me. They loved it. This and that made sense. The Watch Dogs 2, all right. I'm gonna go hack into the camera over there. I'm gonna sit down and use my laptop versus use a phone. Point, click. I want to use that camera.
You mean phone in the first game?
Phone in the first game. Second game, you can use a phone for certain things, but mainly use a laptop to hack.
I was under the impression that people did not like the first game and then ended up liking the second game, but because the first game had such a high disappointment, because it pretty much Ubisoft kind of lied about the graphics and what you could do. Dude, not enough people bought the second one.
Dude, I love the first game.
Yeah, you're apparently in the minority. A lot of people that I hear, they're like, yeah, Watch Dogs 1, it had a lot of promise, but it didn't deliver on said promise.
I don't know what any of that stuff was. I was just in it for the game.
Because they promised like, oh, this is what the graphics are going to be. And then the game comes out, it's like, it's like essentially they're promising 4K graphics, but then the game comes out, it's like, best we could do is 720. Sorry, that's it. And then it's like,
I'm not in it for graphics, dude.
And then the demo, it's like you can hack everything and anything electronical. You can just hack this and that, and in the game, it's like you can only hack these specific things.
That one, I'm not in it for graphics as much.
Like if the graphics was like
but gameplay. I'm 100% in for gameplay.
The graphics was what a lot of people like focused on, but a lot of it was also the gameplay, where it's like in the demos and everything. Granted, a lot of the demos like they don't really include a lot of stuff, but developers are now learning like if we do that, if we show a demo where it's all fantastical and like these high end graphics and you can do this and all these amazing things, and if we don't deliver on that, that will bite us in the ass.
You mean like Fable 2?
Well, how did Fable 2 fuck that up?
I don't know who it was, but there was a guy who was just like 100% promoting Fable 2. It's like, oh, you became the ruler of fucking Hyrule, this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you play the game, it's like...
It's not Hyrule, it's Equestria.
But it's like, when you play the game, it was just like, this is not what you promised us. This is... You didn't deliver. Yeah, you can totally do it after this certain point of the story quest. Like, that's not...
That guy has a history of doing that, though.
He overhypes the game.
Oh, it's the director of Lionhead Studios. I don't remember his fucking name.
I don't know. But Lionhead Studios is 100% gone now.
It's gone. But that guy has a history of doing that where it's like, I promise you all of this with Fable. And then the game comes out, I was like, I can only give you this. And then Fable 2 is like, I promise you all of this with Fable 2. And then he only delivers on this part. It's like, I promise you all of this in Fable 3. And then he only delivers this part. It's like he has a history of it.
I promise you 1,000% investment. I promise you 1,000% of your investment. Yeah, I can only give you $1.
I mean, that's kind of how he is. But it's more like studios or developers are finally realizing they can't just put shit out because for E3, because E3 is coming up. We can talk about that in a moment. Because of the fact that during E3, they always focus on we're gonna make our game look as absolutely flawless and the best it can be in this tiny little sliver of the game where we can devote fucking 120% of the GPU and the graphics and all this stuff, make it look fantastical, include all these like gameplay elements. But then when the game doesn't deliver on that, that does bite them in the ass. Unity did that, and it bit them in the ass. I mean,
100%.
100% bit them in
Dude,
the ass.
I still remember in
Watch Dogs, it bit them in the ass.
I remember in Unity when I was like picking us a chest. Somebody pointed out, dude, you look like Dulcim. Why? Did you just break a pin? Yeah. It's like because like the AIs would crash into you. I'm like picking a lock. It's like right in front of me when I first started. Next thing you know, I broke a pin, and AI would constantly be moving around me. And I moved like a solid 7 feet away. And whenever I break a pin, my arms would retract and I'd go back for another one. I look like Dulcim just trying to pick locks, apparently.
Fucking Monkey D. Luffy is like, go, no, pick lock way the fuck over there.
That was weird. It's like
that was shit. But then it's also coming into with Halo 5 because they promoted that game like, oh, it's gonna be like Chief is the bad guy. He's defying orders. Locke is gonna have to go in and chase him down and this and that. And here's Blue Team, and I don't think you know who Blue Team is.
Nope.
But Blue Team is like a very big deal in the world of Halo, and we're gonna find out what happened to them and this and that. They're promising all this. They're promising this type of story where basically Master Chief is the rogue.
He's
agent.
gone rogue.
He's gone rogue, and Blue Team shows up out of nowhere. We're gonna find out where they are, and Locke has to hunt them down. And then the game comes out, and it's like 80% Locke. You have no idea where the fuck Blue Team has been. You have no idea what the fuck Master Chief is doing, really. And everyone was just fucking mad. Every podcast that I listen to, every person that I talk to, in real game and in online, they're like, Halo 5, fantastic multiplayer, incredible multiplayer. Fucking hated the story because I did not like Locke. Locke was a fucking whiner and he didn't need to be there. And because of that, I don't know who writes Halo 5. A while ago, they came out and said I'm paraphrasing, but they pretty much said, yeah, we kind of had Halo 5 and 6 written to go this one way, pretty much insinuating that they're going to focus more on Locke instead of Chief in 6. Like maybe go like 95% Locke and then 5% Chief. And then we put the game out and everyone fucking hated Locke. Everyone hated it. And nobody liked what we did there. So we're coming back to it and we're rewriting Halo 6. Because clearly no one wants to play fucking Locke.
Nobody.
Which it can work.
Well, I think Dojiro is the only one who's like, I like Locke. He's a good person.
Yeah,
like,
if only you were fucking here. He could, because he's actually played Halo 5. But the whole thing was like, they promoted it this whole way where it's like, it's Master Chief. You're going to find out his story, why he's gone rogue, why he's doing everything. And then you don't. So that was just classic misdirection. And it just, I mean, sure, maybe the marketing was like planning, like, this is kind of like the motivation and like, this is kind of the theme we're going with. And then when the game releases, like, it'll like do this or whatever marketing term they want to use. But then nobody fucking liked it. They missed entirely.
I don't know. I want to say I want to blame it on marketing, but because Halo, the writer came out like, yeah, we're hoping to go with this story base, but everybody hates that, so we're gonna change it. It's like, you could have just blamed it on the marketing.
But it probably still is the marketing because they were planning, because Locke comes out of fucking left field. I played Halo 4. There's no mention of Spartan Locke anywhere. And then in Halo 5 though, you can still play as Buck, which he has been in previous games. Yep, so it's like, cool.
ODST.
Introduce Buck. You can introduce these new characters. But you focus on Locke and he just comes out of fucking left field. The thing that would have been more believable, because I don't know if you've actually played Halo 4, have you?
Nope.
In Halo 4, they do introduce this one Spartan. I forget her name. But they introduce this kind of Spartan who's in charge of a lot of Spartans on this massive ship. And then the Commander Latsky, I believe. It's kind of unimportant to you. But the whole point is, throughout the entire game of Halo 4 with Master Chief and Cortana going rogue and she's splitting off her AI and blah, 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 you're introduced to this very badass Spartan 4 female. And at no point are you introduced to Spartan Locke. And then in Halo 5, it's like, Spartan Locke, he's our guy, came out of fucking nowhere, but just roll with it. Where you could have easily just said, hey, in Halo 5, this girl that you've already known in Halo 4, let's send her out to go get Master Chief. Because in Halo 4, she's portrayed as being very badass. She can get shit done. And then I don't believe she's ever mentioned in 5, but instead they bring in Spartan Locke. It's like classic misdirect that everyone fucking hated.
I want to know who's the guy who did that. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the writer who did it. I want to know, who is the executive head who just decided, we're going to do this instead?
It's not really more, executive head. It's more like the shareholders are like, well, we need to make money, so you need to release this game, and you need to do it this way. They don't really dictate how a game is made, but they dictate when it gets released.
I hate bringing this up again. It's just like the guy who promised Mass Effect ending was going to be 100% awesome,
Casey Hudson.
Yeah.
Him I know for some reason.
He's going to like, if you played it from 1, played it from 2, you're going to get like a special awesome ending, this and that shit. But there's only 3 endings.
3 different colored endings.
Yeah, that's it. And it was just like, dude, you said this, but what is this ending? It's basically just 3 endings, man. This is not any different.
It's the whole thing where like they have the game developers. They obviously know what gamers want because they themselves are mostly gamers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's usually, at least from what little information, because obviously we're not in the industry.
Nope.
What little information I can gather, it's usually the marketing,
the guys
and
who
the executives,
the guys who are paying the developers to like, we need you to do it this way. We don't care what you want. We just want to get more money.
Yeah, like for whatever bullshit game, like marketing tells us that we should market this game this way, and the developers, the one that created it, are like, that makes no sense. That wouldn't fly with our game. Our game doesn't match that marketing at all. And then the marketing team is like, yeah, but this is what the people want. It's like, maybe that's what normal people want, but we're making this game for gamers, and that is not what gamers would want. And it's like, yeah, but this is what marketing wants. It's like,
this is what we've surveyed the people. They want more.
There you go, survey. That's what I was looking for.
They want more kid friendly games. It's like, this thing is rated R for a reason. Yeah, but we don't think like meleeing grunts in the face is a good thing.
That's why somehow Halo 5 is rated teen.
Oh, that reminds me. Adam Ruins Everything. I highly recommend the TV show because it shows you the ins and outs of how things, of anything you perceive of the gaming industry.
Would you call him a mythbuster?
Actually, yeah.
So he's the third one.
He is the undisclosed one. Whereas, like, your previous of your idea of how the rating system works is probably, the game industry did that. No, it's not true at all. Like, say for movies, like the rating for rated T for teens, PG-13, that's only done by like 6 to 9 people somewhere living in Beverly Hills. That's it.
Yeah, but I believe definitely for the video game industry. I don't know if it's for the movie industry.
For the movie, it is just a committee of people who don't understand why, or they want a rating system. It's like you want the PG-13 who says swear words more than the rated R stuff. Well, it's rated R. It's like it's
rated R. Can show the boobies?
No. That's they actually conflict themselves. It's like, there's nudity, rated R. But the PG-13 one has swearing words. Swearing words is rated R majority of the time. Like, no, the PG-13, he swears a lot.
Swears a fuck ton.
Yeah. But like, no, they conflict themselves, and like, it doesn't make any sense. The rating system sucks ass. Then they try to go for Deadpool. It's like, we want a PG and a rated R version. You're not gonna get a PG-13.
All right, nobody was petitioning to get a PG-13.
No. It's like,
aside from that crazy fucking mother who needs to get slapped thinking Deadpool needs to be PG-13. It's like, I can understand hoping for like a PG-13 Wolverine because you've grown up with Wolverine and maybe you're not old enough. Your parents don't think you're old enough to watch a rated R Wolverine. Deadpool, you have not grown up watching Deadpool because there's no Deadpool cartoon. There's no really Deadpool like video games. There's no Deadpool movies already. You're going into this brand new hero, essentially, and he's rated R from the get-go. He's going to stay rated R from the get-go.
It's not only that. It's what we said last time where, like Kyle's mom, they don't want to be parents. They just want to be lazy parents.
True.
They just want to sit their kids in front of the TV and let the TV teach them. They don't want to be interactive. They don't want to do this, that. It's like, we're just going to blame the system. We're not going to fix ourselves.
But the way you describe the
rating system,
the rating system for movies, because I know this is how it is for video games for certain. I don't know if it's this way for the movies, but the video game rating system is made essentially by people that make video games. Because it was pretty much the government was going to be like, we need to come up with ratings for video games, and the video game industry was like, well, why don't you let us handle what the ratings will be, and we'll take care of it. So the people making the video game ratings, they know what would make a rated T or rated M game.
That might be true for video games. For movies, they don't do that at all. They get their rating systems from somewhere else.
What's your source on this?
Adam Ruins Everything. The TV show. He says, if you don't believe us, you can fact check us. Here's our source. Whenever he spews a fact, it's in the top corner. Like, if you don't believe us, go check it. They even says, like, for video game, for marketing for video gaming, it was like, all right, we're either market to the boys or the girls. Which one are we going to do? For some reason, the option of marketing to both never came up. They just chose boys.
I mean, yeah, that comes up in it. That's the whole fucking reason Teen Titans was canceled. Theoretically.
Yeah, but it was like people at the college I go to, they were fighting me like, no, that's not true at all. That's stupid. It's like, you're kidding me. You don't believe that people would go for a both option. Like, no. I believe they would have gone for the both options. Like, so if I had a gun, I was going to shoot both your legs or your arms. Which one do you want? Like, why are you going to shoot me? Doesn't matter. You want both you wanted me to shoot your legs or your arms? Or both? You
always use fucking bad metaphors to explain your points. Because I cannot follow your goddamn metaphor. I don't know if the audience is going to follow that goddamn metaphor.
All right, I'm going to stab you.
I mean, it doesn't make your metaphor better from going from shooting to stabbing.
All right, you're going to save your dad or your mom with a pill.
It's still a bad metaphor.
Like, why not choose both? Like, yeah, that never came up.
So the point you're trying to make is that you're saying marketing is going to choose boys or girls, and your college is saying, no, I believe that the marketing...
People from the college. I didn't say the college. They refused to believe that both was an option.
Both was an option, and they chose that they did choose it, essentially.
Yeah, they for some odd reason, they believe people from the 50s, 30s were not biased or sexist.
Which is a complete fucking lie.
That's why I was like...
People are sexist now.
It's like, you don't believe... Like, you believe that they just straight up went for both, but... Guys mostly picked it up. Yeah, you're dumber than how I look, man. That's the best way I can describe how you are.
Because a metaphor that I can think of would be like, look at My Little Pony. It is designed for girls. It is meant for little girls, and they market it.
The intent was for girls.
The intent is for little girls, and the marketing markets it as for little girls, but still boys like it. And at no point do they ever decide, hey, this show that we're making for girls, a lot of guys like it, a lot of boys like it. Why don't we change the marketing a little bit to show that, hey, this could be for boys and girls. We don't need to market it as only for girls, because then we might alienate some of the boys that might want to buy the stuff.
The sad part is the marketing behind that is just like, okay, we're gonna target girls. We're gonna exclude the boys completely. It's like, you just cut 50% of your marketing.
No, they did not.
Trans Apache helicopters?
No.
Chief Apache helicopters?
No. Because in their like focusing entirely of marketing My Little Pony to girls, they're not even taking account the boys. They don't give a shit.
That's what I mean. Because they literally just cut it in half.
They're not cutting it in half. Because Hasbro makes My Little Pony. They're like, hey, we have $100,000 to use in marketing for girls' toys. We're gonna use it all on My Little Pony. But we also have $100,000 to market boys stuff. So we're going to market G.I. Joes and fucking Transformers. They purposely, they're not cutting their own profits in half because they don't want the other side. If they market My Little Pony to boys, that cuts into the G.I. Joe money. If they market the G.I. Joe and the Transformers to girls, that cuts into the My Little Pony. So they're not cutting their profits in half. They are specifically
target audience.
Yeah, but they're not losing half an audience because they don't want that other half.
That seems like a waste of money.
That seems like a stupid thing, right? Like, why would you specifically say, I don't want boys to watch this show?
That's what I'm saying. They're cutting their possible profits in half. If they're targeting only for little girls and targeting stuff for little boys, like, if you target to both, you could probably make 75% of what you're currently making?
No. Because say
35?
Because say there's like 50%. How can I word this?
35%.
Say there's $50,000 in My Little Pony toys because girls bought it.
$50,000
and $50,000 in let's just say G.I. Joe toys because boys bought it. You're saying that they're cutting their market value in half for the My Little Pony, so that if they were also to market it to the boys, they instead of getting just the 50,000, they would get like 75,000 because more boys are buying the stuff. Except that over here on the boys' side, you're only getting $25,000 on the boys' side because $25,000 are going to the girls' side and vice versa. So the more they try to include boys into the girls' stuff and girls into the boys' stuff, they're not losing money or they're not losing potential money. They're only cutting into their own other side of their business. If you follow what I'm saying, they already have their plan of what toys and what franchises or whatever are going to go to which gender. And if they market something to both genders, all they're doing is cutting into their own stuff. So that if they market My Little Pony to both boys and girls, G.I. Joe toys aren't selling as much.
Can we apply this theory of yours to Teen Titans?
Sure, but let's just stick with...
No. I mean, like, the way you have it out, I can understand it, I can follow it. Can we apply that to Teen Titans are possibly why they're getting canceled? They got canceled?
They got canceled. I mean, the pretty much the creators and the writers have all but confirmed that, that was the reason.
Yeah, the girls are getting the Robin toys, the guys are getting the Starfire and Raven toys. Like, to be fair, Raven was cute.
Oh, they don't care if boys are buying Starfire and Raven toys. They care that girls are buying Robin toys.
They care that girls are buying toys.
They care that girls are buying the boys' toys.
I don't care.
And not the girls' toys.
That seems a little sexist and stupid.
It seems a little sexist and old-fashioned, which is why I got canceled.
Which are currently the people in power.
Pretty much. Which sucks ass because that was a legitimately good show.
Yeah. It had an amazing story. It followed certain characters. Like, it followed Beast Boy. I was like, what happened to Terra? I was like, people have theorized the shit out of that. I was like, I love the conspiracy theory for Terra. I was like, I want to see more of Terra and see if that's actually her.
I believe that is, because it loosely follows the comics, and the comics do say that is her.
But it's like, it's amazing. Like, Starfire, you don't know what a girlfriend is. A girlfriend is someone you show affection to and possibly
now you're just mentioning the fucking little fucking thing that shows up on Facebook.
That's because it reminds me
way too much.
I was like, oh, I guess you do know.
We've gotten way off sidetracked of games in E3 though. What game are you looking forward to at E3? It's coming up in I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
At the end, it's right after the season of Overwatch too. As of right now, I'm not really looking forward for any games. As of right now, I'm looking for a job.
Well, yeah,
a better job.
Because is it job or job?
Job. As the current security company I'm working for, they're stupid.
I don't mind the current security company that I work for. I just would like a job where it's like
stable.
Not necessarily stable, because stableness is good. I am a creature of habit. I don't like the idea with the security job where it's like, hey, this week you're gonna work these hours, and then the next week you're gonna work completely different hours, and then the following week there's no work that week.
So stable.
Not stable's not the word. Like
consistent.
Where it's like for whatever job, like I want to start work at 9, get off at 3, and like Monday through Friday. I don't want it to be like Monday work from
this
9 to 3.
This week,
this week Monday 9 to 3. Next Monday fucking 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Next Monday fucking nothing. Following Monday fucking 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Like I don't want that shit. I want a stable fucking thing so that I can have a schedule to follow in my life. Because I like schedules. I like things to be in order. And that's all part of my fucking OCD. But I like things to be like that.
Don't you mean CDO?
No, because that makes no sense. But
it's the same thing, but in the correct order.
But it doesn't make sense. At least not in my mind.
To you.
There's different kinds of OCD. That doesn't bother me. But the only thing that I'm looking forward to E3-wise so far.
Not Transformer games, because I'm done with those.
I haven't heard
unless they have a remake of a certain one.
I mean, they've already made, quote unquote, remade. All they did was port fucking War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, which are phenomenal. I would play those again if not for the fucking get to level 100 achievements.
Yeah.
Because that shit was not fun. But playing the airplane and the scout and everything to level 25, sure. Playing the tank to level 25, that's fucking boring. But the things that I'm looking forward to, Shadow of Mordor. Or is it Shadow of Mordor?
Shadow of War.
Shadow of War.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm looking forward to that one, actually.
Because now that I'm done with Gears, and then theoretically once this Overwatch season stops, And then also, I still have like 2.5 months to get my Destiny shirt, which we'll get to Destiny.
Yeah, I'm not getting that shirt. I'm done with Destiny. I quit.
I still want to get the shirt just for shits and giggles. Because I'm already at like 90%. But I'm looking forward to Shadow of War because now, like I said, now that I'm done with Gears, I can go and start Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor. I can finally start it. And I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
The first thing you should ever get for the skill point is execution.
Probably.
Because I legitimately jumped in the game and had 5 fucking captains on me.
Listen, if there's one thing I'm going to do before I start a game, is I'm going to research the shit out of it to make sure I get all the achievements in potentially one playthrough.
Dude, I just ran in blind. Like, there are certain tiers or powers that you need to go through the story mission to unlock. But the first one you can get is execution.
And then
they show you in the tutorial. You want a spoiler?
Yeah, okay.
It's a tutorial. It's like, oh, if the orc is down, you can hold this button combo to just execute them. But it's slow as shit. Execution is straight up while you're in mid fight, just kill them. Just fucking off them. Because if you're interrupted while you're in that slow execution motion, oh, the orc lives. What? I stabbed my knife into him. I just didn't complete it.
It's like I stabbed my knife into his neck and it was 3/4 of the way through cutting his head off, but I was interrupted. Orc lives.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I legitimately jumped off the tower, did the bow and arrow shit right away. Deathwalker. Blah 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 blah. Fight me. Like, all right. I don't know who this guy is, but he's clearly special. Maybe I get something awesome from him. It's like, all right. I'm slowly stabbing him. Somebody interrupts. He's like, okay. Deathwalker!
Isn't he still there? Can't you just find him again?
Yeah, you find him later. But, dude.
No, I don't mean later. Like, if you're right there in the middle of a fight and you do the slow execution and then you get interrupted, he's still standing right there. Or does he just immediately disappear?
You get 2 shots.
Okay.
You get 2 shots at attempting to execute him. Kill him. Not execute. Kill him. If you don't do it, he'll just get back up and just start attacking you again. The same thing with regular orcs.
Yeah, but then he's still there.
For each orc is different. If you do something weird and they're gonna run, they're gonna run. You're gonna find
while they're running, you can still chase them and kill them.
If they reach a certain point of the map, they're just gone.
Oh, so they just they're gonna run, but once they get past this point, they're more or less just gonna disappear.
Disappear. You have to find them later.
Okay.
But as of right now, it's just like, oh, I ran into one orc. It's like, oh shit. All right, I don't have the execution thing because I'm a dumbass. Like, all right, whatever.
Really?
I can fight him. I took down 2. Got interrupted again. Fuck. I got interrupted again. It's like, okay, 4 more guys show up out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck is this? And immediately got my ass handed to me.
And then doesn't I can't remember his name. Is it Rat Pack? Like one of the orcs that's part of a little side quest that you rescue? He's like a weak character. Orc?
He's no longer a side quest. He's a main story person.
All right, but doesn't he end up dying anyway?
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks. I was hoping to take him all the way up to War Chief.
As you stated earlier. He does actually become War Chief. As you stated earlier, the developers or the marketing did not deliver on their promise.
How so?
Oh, you can tell this War Chief, like Ratbag, to go attack this War Chief. Is like, all right. Ratbag, he's part of the story mission. He has to follow a script. You can't tell him to attack this War Chief.
All right, I can forgive that. Because can you do that with any other random War Chief?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah,
I found douche.
It. Douche. But all right. I can
douche the mad.
I can forgive that because obviously if it's hey, you can have like in Assassin's Creed where you can have all these assassins in your Brotherhood or whatever, and certain ones are supposed to be story missions, and the other ones can just die. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get the main story characters die. Believe me, I fucking tried because they're part of certain quests and they need to be alive for that. So you can't have this omnipresent whatever choice you want, and it's not going to affect the story in any way. Because if they're part of a certain quest, it's not like Fallout where it's hey, you have this character, and if you don't treat this character well, and you tell him to do something, and he ends up dying, you're fucked. Any quest that character was part of,
the demo is you can weaken this other War Chief if you want to kill him. It's okay. With the current system they have is all right, you're gonna take this War Chief, fight that War Chief. You can either interfere or just let them probably win or lose. It doesn't matter. There is no scenario where like in the game, in the demo, where Ratbag attempts to kill him, stabs him, runs away, and you have to finish the job. There is no scenario like that.
I mean, maybe not a scenario that you encountered.
Dude, it's like, this war chief, go attack that guy. Okay. War chief attacks him. It's just straight up a fight.
We'll see. I'll play the game. I'll see what happens. But that doesn't necessarily bother me too much. But what else am I looking for?
Execution. 100% execution.
Sure. But supposedly, the rumor is because in June, there's going to be a new update for Gears, which adds another difficulty for Horde mode and adds level 6 cards and potentially more cards, more epic cards for the classes and some other stuff.
I don't play the
potentially, game. I mean, the Coalition has said, yeah, that's coming out. That is coming out in the June update or whatever the fuck. But potentially, because it's coming out and Gears of War is a first-party game now, and the Coalition is a first-party studio, Scorpio's coming out later this year. Supposedly that's going to be there at the show floor and probably in the what's the thing where they for like an hour they showcase. Yeah, in the showcase they're going to be demonstrating like here's what Gears of War 4 looks like on the Scorpio. I'm excited about that because that would be interesting.
Do you believe are they going to do like the Comic-Con thing where it's like they don't clear the halls? People just sit there. Do they actually just clear the showroom floor or no?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking amazing for Comic-Con because I hate people.
Well, no, they actually don't clear the show floor because I believe it's assigned seats.
That's even better.
It's assigned. It's more or less assigned seats. Like this is like in the front, like this.
No, I mean
this
like
is specific people, and then here's like general media, and then in the back it's like here's general audience. We're not kicking anyone out because it's like after Microsoft go, you wait like half an hour, and then Sony goes, and then you wait half an hour.
No, I'm okay with the assigned seating. I mean like. At Comic-Con, if you want to wait for a panel panel Sunday, you wait there Thursday night.
I mean, it's nothing at all similar because the whole thing is like the panel's like part of the show floor. The panels are part of the convention. The show floor is technically not part of the convention. It is E3 starts on Monday. E3 starts on Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday or Wednesday. But the showcase, at least for Microsoft, starts Saturday. And then I believe Ubisoft is Sunday and Bethesda Sunday. And then Sony is Monday. Or is Ubisoft Tuesday? I don't know. But it's like
what I mean is, do you believe Comic-Con would have been way more efficient and or better if they actually cleared the goddamn halls?
I mean, they do that except for the big hall. The Hall H. That's the only one that they don't clear.
It annoys me.
It's too fucking massive.
Well, then just tell everybody, if you don't clear the halls, we'll just cancel all the rest of the shows.
Obviously, that's not going to work out very well.
Well, then just blame the people there.
Unfortunately, I
go cynical because we almost missed Spider-Man because the fire marshal. At the same time, like, they don't count.
I see why you don't like that because obviously I don't like it as well. But the fucking hall is too big for them to clear out consistently.
Get a fire hose.
You can't do that. I think they could do it. I think they absolutely could do it.
If they manage their time properly.
If they manage their time better. Because if it's like, hey, we have this panel, this hour-long panel, and then half an hour later we have this hour-long panel. If you instead made it like not half an hour between breaks, like maybe an hour, and then maybe instead of having like 10 different fucking things on Hall H on Saturday, maybe spread it out. Give Thursday some love for Hall H. Give Friday some love. Yeah. Spread some of that shit out so that you can clear the hall. That might work out, but it's set in its ways. It's unlikely to change. Let's see. Back to E3 though.
Before that, I can also say fuck the Twilight assholes who ruined it.
Fucking Twilight. We'll have a whole Comic-Con podcast at some point. Hopefully Dojiro will join us for that one.
Hopefully.
Maybe Taco will join us as well. Yeah. Hey, but then again, he's never actually gone to Comic-Con. But I'm sure he could have some perspective as someone who's never gone. Well, let's see. Back to E3. Yeah. Supposedly Gears is going to be on the showcase and on the show floor running on Scorpio in 4K. I'm interested to see what that looks like. I don't think I'm honestly going to be able to tell a noticeable difference because I do not have a 4K monitor. So that 4K, it's 4K on the show floor. My monitor's not 4K, so I'm still going to see it in 1080p or whatever the fuck.
The best thing I can describe to you was 4K. Was when we were at Best Buy watching Chicken Little.
I don't even remember that.
When you can see the pines of the porcupine dude.
Again,
in crystal clear.
I don't even remember that. You know what I remember? Fucking Girls' Generation.
That was Fries.
Exactly. That is what I remember. All right. Well, let's see what else. Destiny. Recently, this past week, they had the whole reveal thing. Have you seen the trailers for Destiny?
Yeah.
What do you think about the trailers for Destiny?
Fuck Destiny. I'm done with it.
I mean, so am I. There's a small chance that I'm gonna get it. Very small. But I'm gonna be looking at IGN for the review, and I'm not just gonna look at the fucking review score. I'm gonna fucking read it. I'm gonna be going to GameSpot to see a review. I'm gonna see what the personality, Rooster Teeth, and other personalities, what they say about it, is whether it's good or not. I'm gonna keep a very good eye on what the story is, what activities there are. Is it repetitious and all sorts of shit?
Dude, it really did
It fucking burned me too much.
It annoyed me for like the stories, like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Season 1 raid, I was like, all right, this is fun. Then it started to get repetitive. This and that. I was like, okay, I'm done. Was it Taken King came out? I didn't care. Wrath of Machines, I lost way more interest.
Call bullshit. You cared a lot during the Taken King.
That was for shirt.
No, that wasn't for the shirt during Taken King, because you didn't get the shirt
For season 3. I have the shirt.
But you didn't complete the Moments of Triumph.
Yeah, I have the shirt.
You didn't complete season 1. Which season did you not complete for Moments of Triumph?
1.
You didn't complete season 1?
Yeah.
So you did do 2, but I don't think season 2
I did all of 2, but I
don't believe season 2 was part of the
final one for Wrath of Machines. You're talking about the entire thing? No. I did season 3. I got the shirt for season 3. I didn't do Wrath of Machines, though.
There is no year 3.
Oh, fine. I did the Wrath of Machine one. I don't know. I got a shirt from them. But it's not the current one. It's like the last one.
Because it's the Moment of Triumph for the first year.
Actually, I still didn't do that one because I didn't.
Because there's only 3 books.
I didn't run.
There's only 3 books that give you a shirt. There's the year 1 Moment of Triumph.
Nope, not that one.
You didn't get that one. I did. There's a year 2 Moment of Triumph. That is more so the that came way after the Taken King, but it involved a lot of Taken King stuff. So when the Taken King came out, you did play a lot of Taken King. You did play the raid a lot.
Just for that shirt.
The shirt had nothing to do with the raid. You played a shit ton of the raid together. Don't lie to me.
I don't.
You were there. I was there.
I was like,
the shirt was not there.
Yeah. For that, I was like, I think it was for the shirt. I don't know why else I would ever go back.
No. Taken King came out, and we played the fuck out of it. I played the fuck out of it.
That's why it came out with the classes. That's why I went back.
It came out with classes and a new raid. And
that's why I went back to that.
And shit. A good raid, not like the fucking Dark Below. And then, just before the Rise of Iron, came another book, I believe, that encompassed a lot of the Taken King stuff. And that's where you got your second shirt. And now, currently, there's like the Destiny 1 overall thing where it's like, you could do this shit with, there's like 22 pages and you can complete half of the pages and you get your fucking shirt.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I gave up on Destiny.
I mean, I'm gonna do it because I'm already at 90% anyway. All I probably could need to do is play my Titan and my Warlock, or not Warlock, Titan and Hunter some more and get like the easy shit. I could get the raid shit pretty easily and some other ancillary shit because I'm already at like 90% pretty much, and I've already completed a fuck ton of stuff. But
I think that's good to cut because we've been going for about an hour.
All right, well let me say some final stuff. Hesitant on Destiny.
Yep.
I'm interested in how they changed the subclasses. Have you seen how they changed the subclasses?
No, I told you I just don't care. I found out like, oh yeah, the vault's been blown up. It's like, well, all my progress is gone. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You just
they need. I hope that there is something in game that players of Destiny 1 get access to, or like an emblem, shader. Like, nothing game-changing. Like, don't give me an exotic weapon. Don't give me an exotic fucking
store
armor or whatever. Maybe give me an exotic bond, like Warlock bond or cape. That doesn't affect anything else.
How about they give you a Warlock bond that is not just a shitty small armband. It is something like...
See, I've seen gameplay.
Awesome.
I fucking seen gameplay of the Warlock. I am pissed the fuck... Well, I'm not pissed the fuck off. I am annoyed of potentially playing it because obviously I main a Warlock. I'm annoyed by the fact that motherfucking Hunters, the class you play, you still get your big ass long cape.
Woo!
Fucking Titans, they still get their big ass like half skirt sash. Fucking Warlocks, they still only have the one Warlock bond. I would very much prefer it to be like, hey, give me a whole fucking shoulder pad thing, or give me 2 Warlock bonds, like one on each bicep. But no, you're still fucking stuck with one, and it's barely fucking visible. But I've seen the way the new subclasses are a thing. I think they've taken out Sunsinger because they don't want people to like just like in a raid just sit on their super for just in case. Because the way I saw it was like you activate your wings and you get a fucking fire sword, and you just swing it around and you could throw your fire sword, which seems cool. But for E3, I haven't checked too much, but obviously there's probably going to be an Assassin's Creed stuff. Mm-hmm. They announced Far Cry 5. They did announce Far Cry 5, and not supposedly, I believe it's taking place in America. The rumor is it's going to be a Western, like Red Dead.
I heard that too.
That's the rumor, but the when I forget what his position is, one of the people at Ubisoft was talking to an investor or something, and the investor was like, "Are there any concerned about like going up against Red Dead?" And the guy that works at Ubisoft was like, "It's not a Western. Don't worry about it. They're not going to compete whatsoever." Granted, he could maybe lie, but he's obligated to tell the truth to his shareholders. So there's no reason he would lie. So Assassin's Creed, I'm interested in Gears of War gameplay, Shadow of War gameplay as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The first 15 minutes was released. That was awesome. You became a Dragonborn.
I'm really hoping that Microsoft announces some more exclusives because I was really looking forward to Scalebound. I was legitimately really looking forward to it.
Dude.
And it just got canceled.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is also going to be on Xbox.
True, but I could care less about Kingdom Hearts 3 because when was that fucking announced? 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
Fucking way too soon. I'll
too soon and too late.
Too soon and too late.
But we can say that for next time.
A sequel is never too late. A sequel can never be too
Dumb
late.
and Dumber?
A very beloved sequel can never be too late.
There you go. I was like, Dumb and Dumber, man. That thing flopped.
It's like, here's this shitty game. We made a sequel to this shitty game. But it's like, yeah, nobody played the first one because it was a shitty game. But it's like a game that everyone loved. And you had a sequel that everyone loved even more. And then you finally, like 10 years later, you come out. I mean, at this point, 15 years. You come out with the third game. It's like, it sucks, but it's not too late yet. But when we have our whole E3 podcast with all of us, and we talking about hopefully what they're either the one before the E3, maybe I'll bring it up, or maybe the one after. Probably the one before. I'll bring up how I fucking hate the whole we're making this game. It'll be out in 5 years. Fucking hate that, and I'll go into detail on why and how I think that should work later. But for now, we're gonna log out.
Alrighty, this is Smokey, and he is
Rubber Ducky.
We'll see you next time. If you like our shit, hit the like button. If you want to hear more of us, hit the subscribe button. Laters.
Peace.